Ken's sports day is coming up, so keep your schedule open. Of course, the whole family will be there to cheer him, right? Oh, Ken is having a sports day. I would love to be there to cheer him, but I don't think we'll be able to make it. What? Are you saying you won't go to cheer for your adorable nephew? Are you even a mother? Don't you understand how much my daughter wants her family to be there for him? I also want to see Ken at the sports day, but Annie hasn't been feeling well lately. She has been lying down trying to feel better. Isn't it because you spoil her? What is it about a 7-year-old child lying down? Why don't you get her up and get her to be more active? Isn't that what parents are supposed to do? But she seems to be in a lot of pain. Her head hurts like it's going to crack and she cries and screams. We can't go cheer for Ken at his sports day under the circumstance. Oh, right. You really are a cold woman. I can't believe you won't even see how your nephew has grown. Instead, I won't go to Annie's sports day to cheer her. Then you'll understand how my daughter would feel. Well, sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't answer the phone. What's up? Something wrong? I'm in trouble. Annie went crazy and said her head is going to crack. What? I'm on my way to the hospital in an ambulance. What's wrong with Annie? I'm scared. Are you okay? Sophia, you have to be strong. You're Annie's mother. I'll be at the hospital as soon as I can. In the meantime, take care of Annie. Sophia, you've got to pull yourself together. Okay, I will. Sophia, did you get the test results? How was Annie? Robert, why? Why does she have to go through with this? What's wrong? What happened? She has a tumor in her head, and they're not going to be able to operate. Oh no. They don't know how long she'll have. I can't believe it. She was so full of life. How could this happen? I don't know what to do. I can't look at her face. We don't know for sure that she won't get better, right? Let's do everything we can for Annie. I agree. We can get a second opinion nowadays. Then, we might be able to find a way to cure Annie's tumor. She's only 7 years old. She has lots of dreams and hopes. We have to act instead of crying about it. You're right. Have you told her about the tumor? I haven't told her yet. I don't know how to tell her. I don't know if it's really okay to tell her. I want to talk about it with you. Yes, we will. Anyway, we have to do everything we can for Annie. How's Annie doing? She seems to be doing better today. She was listening to a storytelling with some other children at the pediatric ward. I think I haven't seen her smile in a while. I see. That's good to hear. Seeing that smile, I have a feeling she's going to be fine for good. That's right. That's what's going to happen. We shouldn't be too nervous. There are plenty of remedies out there now. There's got to be something that can help her, right? Yes, there's got to be. The medicine alone might cure the tumor, right? Yeah, we have to be more positive about this, for her sake. She's going through a lot at her age. Yes, seeing her smile today cheered me up too. If you're not cheerful, she will get worse. I'll go to the hospital after work. Take care of Annie, will you? I sure will. Sophia, you're coming to our house for the holidays, right? Since you're not coming to Ken's sports day, at least come visit us for the holidays. Well, you might have heard from Robert, but Annie's sick in the hospital. So I heard. She hasn't been discharged of the hospital yet? No, her illness is serious, and it's going to be difficult for her to be discharged of the hospital for a while. That's why we won't be able to come visit for the holidays.
Why can't she go out just for a night?
I'm sorry?
Instead of staying in a hospital bed, come to our house. Play in the garden or in the hills behind our house and get some fresh air. I'm sure she would feel better. Will the medicine cure her disease in the first place?
I don't know. I'm happy for your concern, but she has to administer the medicine regularly, so she can't go out. I'm sorry, but we still can't come visit during the holidays.
Why not? The best remedy for illness is to let it heal naturally. I think you're overreacting. It's better to spend time breathing fresh air and eating fresh, delicious food. Don't lock her up in a hospital.
Amelia, did Robert tell you about her illness? She has a tumor in her brain. She needs medicine to reduce the size of the tumor.
I've heard about her tumor, but I'm not so sure about what the doctor said. It's something that can be cured naturally. That's how all people used to do it.
But I don't think her tumor can be cured naturally.
Wait, what? You don't believe me?
It's not like that, but her tumor is serious.
Even Ken had a high fever, but after spending some time at our house, his fever naturally went down. That's right. If Annie comes to our house and gets well, she can even go to Ken's sports day. After all, come to our house for the holidays.
Amelia, it's not the same as Ken's fever. She has a tumor in her brain. I'd still like her to stay in the hospital for treatment. We can't come for the holidays, I'm sorry.
What kind of a person are you? I'm trying to be nice to you, but you stubbornly refuse. Do you hate me that much?
No, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that it's not a disease that can be cured naturally.
You're really disgusting. Why can't you just listen to me? It's terrible. I wonder how Robert got a wife like you. How's Annie doing?
Not so bad. She ate half of her lunch, so she seems to be fine.
I see. I hope she'll get better.
Yeah. By the way, I just got a text from Amelia. She told me to come visit her on the next holidays, but I told her we can't because Annie has to stay in the hospital. Amelia was very upset.
Yeah, she called me too. She said to come to Ken's sports day to cheer him. I told her I was too occupied taking care of Annie. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. I feel bad about not being able to go to Ken's sports day, but...
No. Annie is the most important thing right now.
I know.
Mom's always loved my sister like crazy since she was little, so she's putting a lot of effort into Ken too. Ken is not even her son. I hope she would stop doing this nonsense.
Oh, I think Annie woke up.
Well, please take care of her.
Will do.
Hey, Sophia, what's going on? Sorry, I can't answer the phone.
Robert, Annie's condition has suddenly changed. She was fine earlier, then suddenly, she lost her consciousness.
What caused it?
I don't know. They just said she was having trouble breathing, so they put an oxygen mask on her. Robert, what should I do?
Sophia, calm down. I'm going to explain the situation to my boss right now, and I'll be on my way. Just hang in there until I get there.
If anything happens before you get here,
Sophia, don't be negative. Annie's alive. She's trying to live. We have to believe in her.
I know. She would be sad if I'm like this. I have to be strong. Anyway, just get here as soon as possible.
I'm on my way. Your daughter's funeral has to be canceled because your nephew has a sports day.
Amelia, what are you talking about? Annie has passed away, remember? We can't cancel the funeral.
Why can't you do what I say? I told you today is Ken's sports day. I've been trying to tell you for a while now. Why do you have to... Anyway, the funeral is canceled. Just do as I say.
Amelia, we lost our beloved daughter, remember? And yet you're telling me to cancel the funeral for Ken's sports day? Are you out of your mind?
It's because you don't listen to me.
Excuse me?
I told you to bring her to my home and let her heal naturally. I told you that you can't rely on medicine, and you stubbornly refused. That's why this all happened.
How could you...
We're all going to heaven someday. Annie's time just happened to be now, right? You don't have to make a big deal out of it and gather all the relatives together for the funeral, do you? No matter how you think about it, Ken's sports day is more important.
I understand that people have their own destinies, but Annie was only 7 years old. She was supposed to have lots of happiness, sadness, joyfulness, and painful things. When I think of that, I can't stop feeling sad.
There's nothing you can do about it, Sophia. Maybe that's what Annie wanted.
I don't think so. She was trying to live her life to the fullest.
You need to think more positive. As a mother, you have to accept the reality.
I can't do that.
You don't have to come to Ken's sports day, but all the relatives will go to the funeral, right? Then Ken won't have as much support. I feel so sorry for Ken. I think my daughter will be disappointed too.
I can't cancel the funeral even if you say so.
No, it's too much trouble for everyone. You have to think about the people around you, so cancel the funeral, okay? Hey, Sophia, you didn't cancel the funeral? No one showed up for Ken's sports day. I was the only one there. I was looking forward to the sports day so much. Sophia, answer me. Hey, Sophia, what have you done?
What is it?
Since last night, my relatives had been sending me many accusation texts. What on earth have you done?
I didn't do anything.
Don't lie to me. I shouldn't be getting this many messages accusing me of doing something I didn't do. You definitely did something.
I just told everyone that since you have to go cheer for Ken's sports day, you wouldn't be able to attend the funeral. Everyone was surprised at how heartless you were and how unbelievable you were as a person.
What? This all happened because of what you said?
Well, if a grandmother is not at her granddaughter's funeral, they will ask why, right?
You could have just made up a story on your own, couldn't you?
For example,
like, she is shocked and she's been in bed. Or, she's been in bed and can't get up. You can say whatever you want. You're really a very inconsiderate wife. Why do I have to take the blame?
Are you out of your mind, Amelia? Robert and I lost Annie, remember?
I know. That's what Annie wanted. So Ken's sports day should be a priority.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Why does Ken have to suffer?
Amelia?
What?
Actually, your husband and Robert are watching this text.
What? Why?
They've been helping packing Annie's belongings and take care of other things while she was in the hospital.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
Your husband has been helping us with everything since the funeral.
Huh? My husband did that?
Is it strange? And yet, Amelia, it's beyond insane to ask me to cancel the funeral for Annie, isn't it? Everyone is grieving for Annie. And you are even Annie's grandmother. You're unbelievable.
What? It's all your fault that I'm in this situation. You didn't listen to me at all. You went ahead with the funeral. What are you going to do?
The only one who didn't come to the funeral was you. Was Ken there at the sports day?
Actually, I couldn't find him. So is my daughter.
I'm sure you didn't. She attended Annie's funeral with your husband.
What? And Ken? What about the sports day?
He'll have another one next year. He came to the funeral because it was the last time he could see Annie.
You ruined Ken's sports day. Oh, God. What are you going to do about it?
Mom, it's me.
Robert?
Dad and I have been watching the text the whole time. Sophia told you, right?
What? Sophia doesn't listen to me at all. Please talk to her about it, Robert. She's supposed to listen to me because she married to you, right?
What are you talking about? Sophia and I are in the depths of grief over the loss of our beloved daughter. And you're talking about sports day? Cancel the funeral? Sophia not listening to you? That's insane.
Robert, what a thing to say to your mother.
I'm disappointed that someone like you was my mother. I mean, I don't even want to think of you as my mother. You have no idea what it means to be a parent. We were raised with that kind of mindset, weren't we?
That's not true.
How dare you despise the life of our beloved Annie?
I don't despise her. I recommended Sophia to let her heal naturally in our home.
What natural healing? Don't be ridiculous. When Annie was desperately battling her illness, you didn't even visit her. And to top it all off, you told us to cancel the funeral. I will never forgive you. I'm going to break off the relationship with you once and for all.
Why? Why would you do that? It's all Sophia's fault, isn't it?
Amelia?
You ruined our relationship. How could you?
Your husband says he's divorcing you.
What?
He always thought you were insane, but he didn't think you'd go that far. He said he was disgusted by Annie's funeral. He doesn't want to live with someone who doesn't care about one's life.
Wait a minute. That's a lie. Why should I be divorced? I don't understand.
Isn't that what's wrong with you?
Huh?
You try to get things done the way you want without considering other people's feelings.
How dare you talk to me like that? I won't forgive you.
You don't have to forgive me. Have you ever given even the slightest thought to our feelings for the loss of Annie? It was so hard that we couldn't do anything. You're a mother too, and you don't even know what it's like. You're disgusting.
You're too cocky.
That's why your husband wants to divorce you. I would divorce you too. Ken and his family were also disgusted by your behavior. I have no doubt that they will look at you differently now. You have done such a terrible thing.
Wait a minute. It's kind of like I'm going to be alone.
Perhaps you will be, won't you?
First of all, if my husband divorced me, I wouldn't be able to live by myself.
Definitely.
It's your fault to begin with, so do something about it.
Excuse me? Don't be silly. Robert and I are going to break off the relationship with you too, so it doesn't matter.
Don't say that. You are the only one who can convince my family, right? Convince them now not to abandon me.
Are you listening? I'm no longer related to you. I will never do anything for you.
So, you are abandoning me?
You may think so, just as you abandoned Annie. Then I don't think we will see each other again. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Wait a minute. Put Robert or my husband on the phone for me.
They both don't even want to text you. Well then, good luck with your life on your own.
Wait, Sophia. You have to help me.
After that, my parents-in-law officially divorced. Amelia was kicked out of the house by her husband, who was very angry with her and left the house alone.
She then asked for help from my sister-in-law and her husband. They said, "I don't want to think of someone like you as my mother. Go home now." She was coldly rejected by my sister-in-law. She tried to get help from her relatives, but they knew about my daughter's funeral. There was no one to help Amelia. She wandered around the countryside for a while. We don't know where she went after that. My sister-in-law and her husband apologized profusely for Amelia. However, they did not know anything about it because Amelia had said it on her own. It is not my sister-in-law and her husband's fault, nor my nephew's fault. Now, with the help of my father-in-law and sister-in-law, we are gradually regaining our life. I will never get over the sadness of losing my daughter, but I want to keep moving forward for her sake.
I'm having contractions. I know I've heard about them, but they hurt so much. I think I'm going to be hospitalized.
Oh my God. Does that mean you're going to give birth today?
I think so. When can you come? You need to get here as soon as you can.
I've got some stuff going on, so I can't come right now.
What? I thought we agreed that you were going to be here when I give birth.
I know that, but I don't think I can make it. So you're going to have to go through it alone.
Seriously? Why? I'm still in a lot of pain. I'm having my first baby, and I'm feeling a little nervous, so I want you to come. What are you doing right now? Is it more important than accompanying me? I mean, where are you? I thought you were at home.
Well, I'm at my parents' house right now, but I'm busy.
What? Why are you there? Your wife is in the middle of labor right now. Are you telling me that there's other things that you think are more important?
Listen, I didn't tell you because I knew you would get angry if I did, but I'm thinking of having my parents move in with us, so I'm helping them to prepare right now.
I beg your pardon? What kind of joke is this? I'm seriously starting to feel like I can't afford it anymore.
That's why I told you that you'd get angry if I tell you the truth. So I was thinking of moving in when you are in the hospital for labor. If you're not physically here with me, I don't have to worry about you messing around. Once my parents start living with us, you won't kick them out, will you?
Are you serious? I can't believe you're talking about that matter to me who's about to have a baby.
The house we have now is big enough. My parents can live together with us. By doing that, we don't have to visit them every weekend or during the holidays.
I told you, I'm going back to my parents' house.
With my mom, you'll be fine. I want you to go back to work right after the baby is born.
I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm doing my best. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not going back to work right after the baby's born. I mean, there's no way I can do that.
No, you have to do it because I'm unemployed right now. You're a nurse anyway. My parents said it's better for the baby.
Then why don't you go to work? That's the first thing. What's wrong with you and your parents?
Jeez, don't get upset. Isn't it terrible? You're going to be a mom. That's not good for the child's education.
Shut up! I'm in too much pain. You quit your job without telling me and became unemployed? You will become a father soon. Don't you have the guts to be the breadwinner of the family?
I'm just doing easy chores at work. That job wasn't for me. I deserve better. Mom said that if you got married, you're supposed to raise your kids at home.
We're not living in the 18th century, Lupin. Anyway, are you sure you don't want to come here?
I told you, I can't. I need to rent a car and help my parents with the move. They are too old to carry heavy things on their own. That's why they're counting on me.
I'm relying on you too. I'm going to have a baby now. Your baby. Think about your priorities. Moving in shouldn't be the first priority, should it? Come here.
I can't. I just got the rental arranged. I've called my mom and dad too.
I'm really in a lot of pain and I'm so anxious.
You're a strong woman. You'll be fine. Besides, the baby will be born even though I'm not there with you, right? It's not like I'm the one who will give birth.
Did you understand what I've been telling you? I'm saying I want you to stay with me. Why don't you understand that?
Don't be selfish. I'm doing this for you. Mama says you can handle it alone.
Your mother isn't the one who's going to give birth. Are you going to listen to your mother rather than me, who is in labor right now?
My mother has been through this before. She's the one who gave birth to me. She said that you can handle it on your own. So don't worry, and you can count on me after the baby is born.
It's impossible.
Well, I know you're not happy about everything right now. After my parents move in with us, you'll be glad.
I won't. I can't live together with your mother. She doesn't have enough common sense.
Don't speak ill of my mother. She's just worried about us.
I'm not going to let you do this to me. Don't make me nervous. I can't take it anymore.
Well, good luck then. I'm going to go do some physical labor by helping my parents. Hey, isn't the baby born already? I'm almost done with the move.
The baby was born just now.
Oh, seriously? Just now? Isn't that a little late?
I couldn't get you on the phone. What's the big deal?
Oh, I just noticed the missed call. What could I do? I was driving and moving stuff. To be honest, you seemed angry and I didn't want to bother you.
Do you think I'd call just to complain about that under the circumstances I was in?
I thought so.
I was in pain for 21 hours and had an emergency C-section.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Was it a difficult delivery? That must have been tough.
Huh? You were talking as if you cared about nothing at all. I was told to call you to sign for the C-section.
What? The hospital needs my signature for that?
You didn't answer the call from the hospital too.
So, that was the hospital's phone number. I was afraid of unknown numbers, so I just ignored it. If you're going to call me from the hospital, just tell me so from the beginning.
I told you to pick up the phone in case they call in an emergency, right?
Really? I totally forgot about that. I'm sorry, but the baby was born, right?
My mother was so worried she stayed with me. When I called her and told her you weren't coming, she rushed over.
What? Your mother? That's not good. Don't tell my mother, okay?
What do you mean?
She says, since you're married to me, my parents come first. And she also said you had to have a C-section because you're not good at childbirth. If you care about your child, you should have a natural birth, even if you have to push yourself a little. My mother also said that you don't know enough about being a mother.
Is that what you say to your wife who just gave birth to your child?
That's what my mother said. Well, I guess there are things you're good at and things you're not good at, so I don't mind.
Already? You're so pathetic. I can't even cry.
What are you talking about?
Don't you want to see pictures of your baby?
Yeah, of course. I want to see the pic. But all babies look the same, right? They look like monkeys, and they're not even that cute.
Why do you say such terrible things? It's your own child.
I know, but unlike women, I wasn't pregnant, so I don't really feel it.
I can't believe it. I've been suffering physically and mentally.
You did a great job. Anyway, my parents have moved in. Mom's all fired up to take care of the baby. When you get back, leave the baby with Mom and go to work right away.
I told you that I'm going back to my parents' house, didn't I? Besides, I don't want to live with your parents.
Thinking about the family finances, wouldn't it be better if you go back to work right away?
I'll raise the baby by myself. I won't depend on your parents at all.
Don't worry about it. Worst case scenario, even if the baby misses her mother's milk, my mother said that she'll distract her with her own.
What? Her own?
Don't ever say that again, even if it's a lie. That's disgusting.
Hey, you don't have to say that much. My parents have come all this way for you. How can you be so rude towards them, especially my mother?
Anyway, I'm tired. I need to rest. Please don't stress me out.
Jeez, is this the postpartum hysteria people are talking about? I bet the baby will be disappointed to have such an ogre for a mom.
I beg your pardon? This is unbelievable.
Anyway, tell me when you're getting out of the hospital, okay? I'll come to pick you up.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Don't call me.
I understand about your circumstances, but you're not allowed to go back to your parents' house. I'll prepare everything for you, so you must come back home.
My husband was like this after the baby was born. My mother was worried and kept my phone for a while to calm me down. I was disappointed at my husband, who had not helped with the housework since I was pregnant and had quit his job without even letting me know in advance. I had thought that things might change once the baby was born. However, after what happened this time, I finally realized that I no longer need such a horrible husband. I was ready to cut him out of my life now and forever.
Hey, you're getting out of the hospital today, right? Come on, give me an answer. I'm going to pick you up. You should be in a better mood by now. Mom's worried about you too. You're out late. Is something wrong?
What do you mean? I've already been discharged from the hospital.
No kidding. I didn't know about that.
That's because I didn't tell you.
I'm also being refused for a hospital visit. The nurse said you're being discharged today.
I told them that I was leaving the hospital today. I'm so glad you did what I asked you to do.
Why? Mom and Dad were mad at me for not letting them see you, and now you're lying to me. That's just too bad.
You guys were the ones who made me suffer from postpartum depression.
What? I told you that you'll have full support. Where are you now? You're not at home, are you?
I'm at my parents' house. I've got all the baby stuff pre-arranged. I don't know what kind of support you have over there, but I'm definitely more comfortable at my parents' house.
I told you not to go back to your parents' house. My parents come first.
I can't go back to live with a husband who neglects his wife during childbirth.
Are you still holding a grudge about that? Because if I don't do this, my parents won't move in with me.
Living together is out of the question.
See? I want to be a good son to my parents. I got married and we live in a big house, so I want to call my parents. Besides, my mom said she'd watch the baby for me. You're going to ignore that favor?
The only reason your mother offers to watch the baby is because you want me to go back to work immediately, right? It's not a favor. You're just doing it because it's more convenient for you. You don't care about my feelings at all.
I'm sure that you will be happy with the results if you live here.
Do you really think I can get along with your mother?
You should be thinking about how I feel too. You're being too uptight just because I'm unemployed right now.
You're the worst kind of scum. You're unemployed and you don't care about the baby at all.
What a thing to say. You've gone too far with your words.
It's true, isn't it? When I was pregnant, I was lying down because I was having morning sickness and you told me to make dinner.
There it is. You know what people say? A woman can't forgive anything bad happened to her when she was pregnant forever. I'm sorry about that, but you weren't sick. You've been laying around all the time, so it's no big deal to stand up for a minute and make me dinner.
Huh? Have you ever done any research on pregnancy? Did you care? I bet you didn't. You didn't think about me and the baby. You only care about yourself.
I mean, it's not like I'm pregnant. I don't think I need to conduct any research about pregnancy. In the end, the baby was born safely.
I was carrying your child and you cared about nothing, scumbag. I was about to have a baby and you just quit your job without a second thought.
Not that again. I told you I'd get a job eventually.
I don't think so. I know that you're just going to make me work right away.
You are a nurse, right? You make good money. It's hard for me to get a job right away. It'll take time to find a job that suits me.
See? You're only looking out for yourself. You don't think about what's best for your child and wife. What's the right job for you anyway? I don't think there is a job in the world today that a gutless person can do.
What is this? A sermon? Why don't you just come home?
I'm not going home. I won't even see you anymore.
What are you talking about? Mom's angry. If you don't come back, I'll give you a sermon.
Don't you understand? I'm asking for a divorce.
Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. You just had a baby, didn't you?
Right after I mentioned the word divorce, you finally started talking about the baby. In the end, that's just because you don't want to get divorced. You're so selfish.
That's not what this is about.
Anyway, I'm getting a divorce. I've already decided.
I don't want to.
You may not like it, but I want a divorce. I'm going to get a lawyer and take you to court or whatever.
Hey, you don't have to go that far.
Also, I'm going to ask you to move out of the house you're living in.
Huh? My parents just moved in. I've put my parents' house on the market, so it's impossible to go back there. Who do you think you are, suddenly asking me to leave?
You don't think you own that house, do you?
We started living here after we got married, and it belongs to us as a couple.
Are you stupid? Of course not. That is the land and house in my name that I inherited from my grandfather.
But we lived here after we got married, so it's mine too, right?
That can't be true. You have no right to own it.
So I told my parents it's my house. I'm speaking about the truth anyway.
What did you say? How can it be your house if you don't have a job? I want to be honest, so I won't lie about my house being someone else's house. No matter what anyone says, that house is mine. I'll ask anyone who has nothing to do with it to leave.
You just want to look good in front of your parents.
I don't care about that.
Anyway, I'm not leaving and I'm not getting a divorce. My parents are mad at you, so if you apologize now, they'll let bygones be bygones.
I'm not going to apologize, and you don't have to let bygones be bygones.
You have become crazy after you had the baby. I can't believe you're torturing me like this.
I have something to protect now. I know exactly what's holding me back.
You're not talking about me, are you? I'm your husband. I'm the most important man in the family, and you're saying I'm in the way?
I'm glad you're aware of that. Anyway, I'm busy after the baby is born, and I'll divorce you even if I have to use a lawyer.
Hey, wait a minute.
After that, my husband didn't agree to the divorce, but my mother-in-law dared him to do it. Thanks to her that I was able to get him to fill out the divorce papers. In the end, the divorce was finalized.
Hey, how are you?
You're not paying for the child support. When are you going to pay it?
We've been talking to you about that too.
How can you contact me when you haven't paid even once? You should have put your thick skin and guts to find a job instead.
I want to pay for that, but you divorced and kicked me out of the house. I sold my parents' house, so we're in a cheap apartment complex now.
So what? That's all your fault.
I've started working too. It's not the right job for me, but I'm trying to make ends meet. I can't afford to pay for the child support. You wouldn't let me see my child unless I paid child support, right?
Yeah, I can't let you see your kid when you can't even fulfill your minimum responsibilities as a father.
I mean, the child will never know what her father looks like, you know? That's why I think the happiest thing for us is to start over again.
Are you insane?
I'm sorry if you're mad at me for not being there during the childbirth. I was an idiot. They say women will never forget about the bad things that happened to them when they were giving birth.
You really are an idiot. You definitely don't know what's wrong with you.
I know. You wanted me to sign the consent form, right? You were sad that it had to be your mother, weren't you? A C-section, that's a big deal. So you wanted your husband to make the decision.
If you really believe that, it's amazing on the contrary.
I'm correct, am I? You want me, your husband, to be responsible for it.
How is it possible that everything is so far off the mark?
Huh? Am I wrong? Oh, about my parents moving in together? I think moving in without permission was too much.
I feel like nothing I say now will make any sense to you. Seems like we're living in a different world.
Actually, my mom wants to see her grandkid every day. Anyway, our child is blood related, so let's not be so stubborn anymore.
I'm allowing her to see our child once a month if you pay for the child support.
I told you, that's difficult. Don't you feel sorry for me at all? Don't you understand how much we miss the child?
I don't care what someone who can't even pay child support feels.
If we start over, everything's gonna be okay.
Everything? I don't think so. That's just you guys, right? Just my abusive ex-mother-in-law and my inconsiderate ex-husband who never had a shred of compassion for me would be happy.
No, you got it all wrong. I'm just saying that I feel like the child would be better off with both parents together.
The child, huh? Have you ever asked for a picture of our child? Not even once, right?
It's because I want to see our child in person.
You just want my income and the house. You just use the child as an excuse to do that.
That's not true. It doesn't look like the house is for sale. Don't you think we should just go on and live together again?
All of us? What do you mean by that? You're not including your parents again, are you?
Well, they don't have a place to live either. They want to take care of their grandchild.
If you sold your parents' house, you must have a lot of money.
That's the retirement fund. They can't touch it.
How selfish can you people be? Are you telling me that I'm supposed to support you? And your parents want the money they can spend to play around?
I didn't say that. Dad's retired. It's only natural that they want to have some money for retirement.
They just want to spend the money I make and live in my house after retirement. And you want to live as a pimp too, right?
I'm not a pimp. I'm working right now.
Are you still working as a full-time employee?
I'm still working part-time, but I'm working 3 times a week. If I work diligently, I might be able to become a full-time employee in the future.
3 times a week? You're not a college student. If you don't work every day, you can't say you're making a living with your job.
But you're not working right now either, are you?
I'm on maternity leave. It's a different case.
It's more efficient for those who can make more money to work. I'll take care of the child. I'm not going to be able to work full-time 5 days a week.
I can't expect anyone who didn't try to find out anything about pregnancy and childbirth to raise a child, and I'm not going to start over. And I can't entrust my precious child to someone who only talks about children when making excuses to get what he wants.
If you keep talking like that, I won't even pay child support.
Can you at least pay me once and then tell me that?
Okay, I admit I was wrong. Please, just give me one more chance.
I've already given you plenty of chances. I thought things would change once we had a baby, but it turned out to be the opposite.
If you don't put it into words, I won't know.
What do you want me to say now? It's just that I've been accumulating so much that I've decided I can't do it anymore. You and your mother were both such lousy, selfish people.
You just gonna leave me? You have some good memories.
I can only come up with more bad memories than that.
We loved each other once, didn't we?
I feel like such a fool for having loved you back then. But the only thing that saved me was the birth of this baby. Anyway, I don't have a shred of love left for you.
How could you be so cold to me?
I could file for wage garnishment if I wanted to.
Please don't do that.
If you don't like it, don't contact me anymore. Get a more serious job and pay your child support exactly as you owe it. I'm going to sell that house
and I'm going to start a new life somewhere else.
You won't even give me an address?
Of course not. As long as you don't pay child support, I'll ignore your calls. Goodbye. I don't know if we'll ever meet, but take care.
Please, don't leave me.
In the end, I never received any child support payment from my ex-husband. In order to find a new wife who could support him, Lupin has asked his relatives to introduce him to several women. I heard that even his friends are now distancing themselves from him. I have returned to work in an environment where my parents support me. I am now living happily with my child as a single mother.
Carl, I'm sorry. I want you to come to the Riverside Hospital.
What? Why? I mean, when are you coming back? I'm hungry.
Sorry, I won't be home for a while.
Huh? What do you mean?
I was in an accident and I've just been sent to the hospital by ambulance.
Really? I don't need that kind of joke.
It's true. I just got treated at the emergency room.
Wait, seriously?
I told you it's true. I also hit my head, so I have to stay in the hospital for a while. So I need you to do the paperwork.
God, what are you going to do about our trip to Hawaii tomorrow?
We can't go. I've been told to stay here just in case.
I was really looking forward to it.
So was I. I'm sorry, but can you call the travel agency and cancel it?
Cancel?
We don't have a choice. I want you to come to the hospital for the procedures, and I'd like you to bring some of my stuff, so please come.
God, okay.
Carl, not yet?
Huh? What?
I asked you to come to the hospital, didn't I? It's been 2 hours. When are you coming?
Oh, I forgot.
Huh? What do you mean you forgot? I've been waiting for you.
You're in the hospital room already, right?
Well, yes. To be honest, I had you to come to do the paperwork before moving into the room, but you didn't show up, so I talked to the nurse and she let me go ahead and move to the room.
But you didn't show up, so I talked to the nurse and she let me go ahead and move to the room.
Huh? You're not coming?
Look, I have to wake up early tomorrow and you seem to be fine, so I don't have to go.
Tomorrow? You're going on a trip?
I thought there would be a cancellation fee, so I looked it up and found out that they will charge us 100% of it for cancellations made the day before. It's stupid to pay the full amount for a trip you're not even going on, right? Then I thought, why don't I just go?
Well, I'm stuck in the hospital. You're going on a trip by yourself without even visiting me?
There's no way I'm going alone. I asked my coworker and he said he wants to go, so I decided to go with him. Don't worry, I'll bring you plenty of souvenirs.
Wait, I can't believe it.
Hey, that's my word. It's your own fault you got in an accident and you had to be hospitalized. It's not my fault.
Your wife got in an accident and ended up in the hospital. Aren't you worried about me?
Well, you seem to be fine. You can text me a lot like this, so you should be fine.
Fine, I'll ask my mom.
Well, I'm going to bed and prepare for my trip tomorrow. Call me if you need anything. It's a beautiful day. It's a perfect day for a trip. My coworker is enjoying a lot too. I can leave the hospital to take care of you and I'll go and take care of my coworker. Look forward to the souvenirs. See you later. Hey, Lynn, are you mad at me? You could at least reply me.
Having fun on your trip?
Yup, I'm having a blast. 5 days really fly by. I really don't want to go home.
You don't have to come back.
Hey, what are you saying? Don't get so mad at me. I've already bought plenty of souvenirs.
I'll look forward to it. I also have a present for you too.
For me?
Yes, look forward to it.
I don't know what it is, but, well, okay. By the way, I'll be at the airport on the day after tomorrow at 1 p.m., so can you and come pick me up? I've bought so many souvenirs and I'm in trouble. Hey, where are you? I'm already at the airport.
Sorry, I don't think I can make it, so please take a cab or something.
What? Really? Are you still in the hospital? You could have told me earlier.
There are plenty of cabs at the airport, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure I can get one. Okay, I'm going home now. I'm going to the hospital after I drop my stuff off.
Be safe.
Hey, what's going on? There's nothing in the house.
Oh, I hadn't told you yet. I moved out.
What? Moved out? During my trip?
Yeah, I just got all the stuff out yesterday.
I mean, I don't understand. Well, where's our new house? You have to tell me where it is.
Let's see, the address is 7014 River Street.
Huh? That's my parents' address, right? Wait, you moved in with my parents? You mean we're going to live with them?
Oh, only you are going back to your parents' house. My house is different.
Huh? What do you mean?
You and I are getting divorced, so we have to live separately.
Divorce? Wait, why? What's going on? Don't make funny jokes. I don't get it.
Did you enjoy your trip with your girlfriend?
What?
I'm asking you, did you have fun on the trip and cheating on me with a girl who is from your company?
Huh? Why?
I had to be hospitalized because of the accident, so I called my coworker. Then it seems that she was in Hawaii at the same time. She thought of me and texted me along with a bunch of nice photos.
No way.
It looks like you were having a lot of fun.
No, Lynn, no. She is really just a coworker.
There are more. You know, kissing this cute girl, cuddling with her, but she's still just a coworker, huh?
Wait. Let me explain. I'm going to the hospital now. Lynn, sorry. Please, will you at least listen to me?
I'm sorry, but I don't have anything to talk to you anymore. Besides, I don't want to see your face anymore. From now on, if you come to the hospital, I'll make you leave like I did before.
No.
Let's talk about the future through a lawyer. You should go back to your parents' house. Your mother is packing up all your stuff and taking them to her house.
Huh? Don't tell me Mom knows about this.
My family and your family all know. Duh.
Why would you? It's about us. Why are you telling everyone first?
Why? When they heard I was in the hospital, they all came because they were worried about me. The only one who didn't come was you, my husband.
No, because the trip.
Right. We had been planning this trip for 6 months, and I was really looking forward to it, and I knew you were too. But I can't imagine prioritizing a trip when your wife was in an accident and had to be hospitalized. Your parents both cried and apologized to me.
Even though you were in the hospital, I thought you would be able to get out soon, and since you were able to communicate normally, I thought you would be fine. First of all, it's because of your carelessness that we are in the situation, right? It's not my fault.
Sure, it's my fault that I got into the accident, but I don't need a husband who leaves the person he is going to spend the rest of his life with and go on a trip with some other girl. My family and your parents agreed with me. They helped me with the moving arrangements and moving out my stuff. I am so grateful.
Are we really getting divorced?
Of course. Oh, and I'm selling that house. The only place you can go back to is your parents' house.
What? You sold it? Why are you selling my house without my permission?
My house? It's my house. Did you forget?
Huh? Mom also knows about this?
You couldn't get a loan with your low income, so I bought the house under my name since I have a higher income than you, right?
Oh, that might have been it.
Since it's under my name, you have no right to complain about what I do with it. It will be sold at the end of this month. Oh, by the way, I've told you about this case to your company.
What? You told the company?
Of course I did.
Wait, there's no need to tell them. What are you doing?
Oh, you don't know why I was in the accident.
A reason?
Yeah, I was in an accident because I protected a child who ran into the road.
Oh, really? And the kid is...
Of course, he's fine. While I was in the hospital, the child's family came to visit me. We were talking and I couldn't believe it was someone from your company.
What?
The head of the sales department.
What? Manager? No way.
So he said he wanted to apologize to you too, but you were on a happy vacation with a girl from your company, right? So I politely explained to him what kind of situation we're in.
Oh no.
He was extremely angry. I heard there were rumors in the company that you and the girl might be having an affair. I wonder how long you've been cheating on me.
What? I've never heard of such a thing.
Of course you haven't. You won't hear rumors about yourself. Well, I'm sure it's already spread throughout the company. I feel sorry.
Oh no, Lynn, please. It's not too late. Can you tell the manager that everything was wrong? I won't be able to go to work if you don't.
I don't care. You deserve it.
Damn, this can't be. I lost my house, my job. You did all this without telling me. I'm gonna sue you.
Go ahead if you can. Then let's just settle this through our lawyers. Goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Will you stop texting me?
Lynn, I need you to listen to me, please.
Why are you trying to put me in a good mood just because you lost the trial? You're really annoying.
Lynn, please. I'm about to get fired. If that happens, I won't be able to divide the property. Hey, please reconsider.
Even if you have to borrow money, I'll have you pay what you need to.
Oh no.
Oh, and I'll ask for child support, so please keep that in mind.
What? Child support?
I'm pregnant, so I'm going to ask for child support for the baby and the property division.
A baby? My child? Are you kidding me? Then the child needs a father, right? Lynn, let's start over. I'll do my best.
That's disgusting.
What?
I can't believe that someone who can't even take care of his own wife can take care of his unborn child. I can't be family with you. The only family I have is my parents and my unborn child. So please don't reach me again. Please pay the property division and child support. Afterwards, my ex-husband, who had a poor sales record to begin with, was fired from his job as the company could not continue to employ him after what had spread within the company. He did not want to divorce me by any means, so he began to visit my workplace frequently and was arrested for trespassing. As for me, my baby is growing up fine and I can't wait for him to be born. With the property division and child support from my ex-husband, I am living happily without any inconvenience.
My name is Matt. I was raised by a strict mother since childhood. I studied hard and always got excellent grades to meet my mom's expectations since she was a single parent. I graduated from a top university and got a job at a top company. From there, I worked hard and finally made it up to the manager's class. My mom, who has supported me all these years, had an unexpected car accident, hurt her leg, and needed nursing care. So she had to live with me. At that time, I got married. So me, Mom, and my wife Rachel started to live together. We're having roasted chicken tonight. Roasted chicken, that's my favorite dish. I thought so. What time are you coming home? If you're late, I'll eat first. Your mother needs to go to bed early. It's bad for her if she's up late, right? Well, maybe around 8. You can have Mom eat first. What about you, Rachel? I don't want to eat with her. It's not fun to talk with her. I'll eat with you. I'll be starving, so come home early. Okay, I'll try my best. It's not that I'm asking you guys to be close, but when I'm not around, look after Mom. I know it's hard for her to do it by herself. It's your job. If she needs help, hire a caregiver. I can't help her. We can't afford it. You don't have to do anything. But like talk with her or at least be careful from accidents. I know. Thank you. I'll be home as soon as I can. Things were going well with me like this. But I guess she didn't like the idea of living with her mother-in-law after we just got married. She didn't seem to have a good impression of my mom, but there was no problem with her, so I didn't mind. Sorry, I have to work late again today. I can't finish my work. Maybe I'll stay overnight at my coworker's place. He lives near the office. Is that okay? I don't think that's a good idea. It's disturbing. Can't you catch the last train? You won't be home today? Yeah, I'm sorry. I probably won't make it. I thought about taking a cab, but he told me to stay at his place. I have to get back to work early tomorrow, so I'll probably stay there. So you can sleep whenever you want, okay? That's fine, but wait a minute. What happens if your mother wants to go to the bathroom? I don't want to get up if she calls me in the middle of the night. I mean, it's so dirty. I can't do it. I can't. No way. I'm sorry, Rachel, but can I ask you to do it? I'm too busy with work too. I can't do everything. Even if you ask me to do it, I can't. Why should I take care of her? I won't. I'm not her blood relative, so why should I? Please, I really can't take care of her today. You know she can't go to the bathroom by herself at night, but she can't stand it. Then she can wear a diaper, right? Adult diapers. There you go. She's a grown-up. She should take care of herself. How long is she gonna keep you near her? Plus, she's making a wife take care of her. You don't have to be so rude. Then I'll take a cab home. I'll take care of her. I'm going back to work now. I've been working a lot overtime lately. I feel bad that I'm coming home late and late every day, but I'm exhausted. Even though I'm tired, Rachel didn't take care of her. I didn't feel good about it. Of course, she's my own mother, and I was going to take care of her myself. But I felt a little angry because it felt like she was making fun of all of the people who need care. I want to talk to you about something today. I'll be working overtime from tomorrow, so I'm planning to tell you today. What do you want to talk about? Don't say at the last minute, I'm going out tonight. You said you weren't working late, so I made plans. What? You're going out? You didn't tell me. Do I have to tell you? When you get home, you're with your mother all the time. It doesn't matter if I'm not there. I need a break. So I'm busy today. If there's something going on, can't you tell me now? It's your lunch break, right? You want me to text you about that? It's pretty important. Why not text? I have things to do too, so hurry up. Okay, fine. I heard you're making Mom clean the house. Can't you see she needs care? You can't force her to work too hard. What if it gets any worse? Her brain is normal, so she'll be fine. She can at least clean even though her legs are bad. Look, wouldn't it be better for her to exercise than to stay calm? She can wash dishes and cook if she uses the counter chair. Those chairs are tall, right? How can you be so ruthless? You should take better care of her. You can do the housework too. Why do you keep putting it on her? Wait a minute. Who lives in the house? You earn the money. Then what about me and your mother? Why do you have to do all the housework? Shouldn't your mother do it too? I don't make her do everything. We share the work. She can't just eat and sleep for free. Can't you see that she needs care? I feel bad for you, Rachel. That's why I buy you what you want and give you allowance. That's not the problem. The problem is how she lives. I just don't like when she doesn't do anything at home. Then do you want me to make her stay in her room? Would that be better? What about laundry? What about the dishes? You want me to do it? You're not solving the problem. I'll do Mom's part. You can leave them. Now, okay? I don't want you to make her do anything anymore. I don't want to push her. I won't complain if you do them. I'll leave them then. I didn't expect Rachel to have this kind of feeling towards my mom. I was honestly surprised because I never imagined. But I guess it can't be helped. I work overtime every day and can't help Rachel. And even if I could go home early, all I do is to take care of my mom. I guess a wife and mother-in-law are like oil and water. I regretted myself and decided to go on a trip somewhere after the busy season. Good news! I'm coming home a little early today. Actually, I'm planning something. I'll tell you when I get home. Don't be surprised, okay? Oh, what is it? Tell me now. You have to take care of your mother again. You'll be busy, right? Actually, I'm planning a family vacation. Maybe next month we can go to Hawaii. Really? What's up all of a sudden? It's not as sudden. I just want to have fun together once in a while. Maybe that's a good idea. Well, let's talk about it again when you're less busy. Yay, I'm excited. Me too. Rachel seemed to be happy about it. I was happy that we could finally get our marriage back on track. And I quickly finished work that day and went home. It had been a while since I had a face-to-face talk with Rachel. I went to work the next day in a good mood, and then I got a call from my boss. I'm sorry, Matt, but you're going on a business trip next month. I'll send you the details by email. Business trip? Maybe for a week. I know you were planning for a family trip. I'm sorry. Family trip? What are you talking about? Did I tell you? No, it's just a guess. A guess that you're going on a trip. Ha ha ha. You know it's a vacation season. You were free next month, so I thought maybe you're going on a family vacation. Isn't that what everyone does? Right. But if it's a business trip, it can't be helped. I wondered why my boss mentioned about family trip, but I was more worried about my mom. Would she be able to stay home alone with Rachel during the business trip? But I had to go on a business trip. I had no choice but to try to persuade her. Actually, I'm busy at work, and I'll be late again today. And there's one thing I hate to say, but I have to tell you. What's wrong? I've got a sudden business trip next month. Oh, that's too bad. Let's go on a trip next time. And I was wondering if you could take care of my mom during that time. I'm really sorry, but you're the only one I can count on. I can't do anything while I'm on a business trip. I understand. I'll take care of her while you're away. Really? That's my honey. That helps a lot. Thank you. I was quite happy that she accepted my offer so easily. But I felt strange. She hated her so much, but she accepted so easily. But I didn't have time to think about it. And the day of the business trip came in no time. I went on a business trip. I'm gonna have dinner with your mother. I'm doing great, right? Thanks for taking care of my mom. I'm glad you're kind of enjoying. I'm sorry for leaving it to you. I'm gonna buy you some souvenirs, so please wait for me. I received a picture with my mom and Rachel for a week like this. So I was able to concentrate on my work. I was relieved that she was doing well. When I got home, I thanked Rachel and gave her a souvenir. We talked for a while since she was in a good mood, and then I went to see my mom. Rachel said she was going to bed. I was planning to talk to my mom for a while, but she told me an unexpected fact. I never thought that such a thing was possible. To confirm the truth, I decided to wait until the next daytime by being nervous. What are you doing? What do you mean? I'm at home. I don't have anywhere else to go. Are you sure? You think I'm lying? Well, what's going on all of a sudden? You're at home? Yeah, it may be true. But it's my boss's home, right? Huh? What are you talking about? Don't say something impossible. You're cheating on me. You don't have to hide it anymore. And you've been cheating on me all the time while I was away. You even promised to meet him at his house at this time today. You two are so gross. Hey, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying, right? I know all about your affairs. I'm not cheating on you. Oh well, if you're insisting like that, why don't you send me a picture of where you are right now? Fine, you're so skeptical. You're so prepared. I didn't expect you to have prepared all this. Wow. Then what's this? Real-time footage of our house. What the hell is this? It's a robot that watches over you. You don't know? I bought it because you wouldn't take care of Mom. It takes pictures from the robot's eyes. And by the way, it's got great audio. This is voyeurism. It's an invasion of privacy. I bought it for Mom. I didn't expect I'd know something more. And it just happened that I caught you cheating. You didn't think I'd find out, did you? I work late a lot, so. If you could meet him at home, you'd have an alibi. You could have cheated on me all you wanted. I thought it was strange because you hated Mom, but you accepted to take care of her so easily. And my boss mentioned about the family vacation even though I didn't tell him. It's not my fault. He asked me to stay with him. I couldn't say no. It's true. I'm sorry. You don't know how long that robot has been there? 6 months ago. The affair started 3 months ago, right? It's all recorded. You called him from your side every day, huh? That guy asked you out? You were talking in a very good mood. By the way, my mom told me all this. I don't know if you underestimated her because she needed care, but she only has bad legs. Everything else is fine. And yet, if you were cheating on me at home every day, I'd find out. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I missed you. I won't do it again. Forgive me. I only have you. Getting divorced. I've made up my mind. I don't want to be with you anymore. And by the way, there will be punitive damages since you harassed her. Be prepared. I won't back down. Wait a minute. I don't have the money for that. I don't work. You know that. How am I going to pay for it? Why don't you get your partner pay for it? I'm sure he's a very well-paid executive. So why don't you discuss that with him? Rachel was saying something more, but I stopped talking to her. While she was gone, I had a moving company move all our belongings. She kept calling me during that time, but I ignored all of them. After that, I filed a claim for punitive damages through a lawyer. And as a final touch, I sent photos of the affair to all the employees' computers in the company. The rumors spread all over, and all the women hated the boss. Of course, he was relegated because of the affair, and his annual salary dropped drastically. By the way, it seems that they got married right after my divorce was finalized, and they are now busy paying the punitive damages together. I'm glad we got divorced. I guess the person who lives life wisely wins.
Cassandra, I need you to bring me some clothes to change and some novels for me to read. When can you come next?
What? I just went to visit you the other day, didn't I? You should have asked for those at that time. I don't have time to visit you multiple times. Unlike you, I'm busy. I have to do housework and I have to go out with people at work too. And the hospital where you're hospitalized is in the next city, so it's far away. It's such a waste of time. Besides, I've been busy with your hospitalization procedures and such, so please let me take a rest. I'm exhausted, Thomas.
Come on, I broke my arm in a car accident, honey. Can you at least be a little considerate? You're my wife. so you should at least come to visit me once in a while.
I visited you. I brought you everything you needed the other day. It was really heavy and I had a hard time. Besides, you can borrow clothes to change from the hospital, right? Why do I have to bring you some clothes from home? You should just shut up and put on your hospital gown.
Well, you have a point there. I'm going to be in the hospital for a while, so I feel more comfortable when I wear clothes I usually wear.
Don't be so selfish. You're a grown-up, right? You can do what you can in the hospital by yourself. Don't be so naive as to expect me to come visit you every time. What are you going to do if I collapse from fatigue? In the first place, you are capable to do everything by yourself. It was always easy for you, wasn't it? Oh, and if you can't do something, ask the nurse to do it for you.
That was before I got hospitalized. I can't move my arms, so there are a lot of things I can't do. So why don't you at least support me while I'm in the hospital? If you think I'm lying, come visit me. I'll show you how hard it is.
Geez, okay then. I'm too busy to visit you, but I'll deliver your stuff to you by courier service. You won't have anything to complain now, will you? I'll make sure to deliver all of them. So will you inform me again about those stuff you need?
You know, you've changed a lot since a while ago. Seems that you don't love me anymore. You didn't come to see me right away when I was involved in a car accident, and you never tried to come to visit me yourself either. It's like you just had to do it because you were asked to. If you were the same person I know, you would have been a little more concerned about me. There's no way you would have said that you'll deliver my stuff by courier service.
That's not true. I'm worried about you. But I don't think that rushing to you right away after the accident or visiting you every day at the hospital will make you get better right away. It's the doctors who are going to fix you, not me.
Well, I know that I won't get better right away just because you come to see me. But if you were the same old you, I think you would have been more worried about me unconditionally. I've been feeling that you've become cold lately, but I feel it more now that I'm hospitalized. Why are you treating me coldly? If I did something wrong, please tell me. If you don't tell me, I won't know how to improve myself. I've been trying to give you as much freedom as possible so that you don't get stressed out.
Are you really bored in the hospital? Will you stop complaining like that? It's making me feel upset. Please find another way to spend your free time.
It's not like that, but it's true, isn't it? It's just that things have changed and you weren't the same person I know anymore. I feel lonely somehow.
Things like that change with time. We've been married for 3 years. Most married couple will change after spending several years together. It's normal. We're not the lovey-dovey high school lovers anymore, so give me a break.
Of course, it may be normal for a married couple to change their attitudes, but don't you want to be a married couple who continues to love each other?
Yeah, whatever. Oh, by the way, I'm going on a trip next week, so I won't be able to reply as often as I'm supposed to. That's why please don't disturb me with your nonsense blabbering.
A trip? For heaven's sake, I'm hospitalized, Cassandra. I didn't know that you're going on a trip.
Well, that's because I just told you.
Well, it's perfectly fine to go on a trip, but please think about the timing.
You're really annoying. My timing is perfect. You just have a broken arm, right? Things won't change with or without me. You're just overreacting. It's just a little pain on the arm.
I can't leave the hospital anyway. We are a married couple, so at least tell me who you're traveling with and where.
You're such a pain in the ass. Do I have to tell you everything? Hawaii! I'm going with my coworkers, that's all. Satisfied now?
Colleagues? Do you have any colleagues at work that you get along well with? In addition, you're going to Hawaii? Wait a sec. Are you telling me that you're going with a guy?
How rude of you. Of course I'm not going with a guy. I have someone whom I get along well with at work. Anyway, I'm going to Hawaii with that person. Can we end our conversation here? I have some errands to run.
Robin, long time no see.
Hey Thomas, long time no see. I heard that you're in the hospital now. What happened?
I was involved in the car accident. Nothing serious, but I'm crippled for a while. By the way, Robin, you're in the same department as Cassandra, right?
Oh, your wife? That's right.
Cassandra said that she's going to Hawaii with her colleagues. She didn't clearly say who she was going with. The atmosphere was different from usual, so I thought I'd see if I could figure it out. A love affair trip to Hawaii? Oh, come on, stop joking, dude. But if she's really going, I have a feeling that she will probably go with James. You know James, don't you? We were together in the previous department, remember? James? No way. Have you heard something fishy about my wife and James? Well, it's been rumored that Cassandra and James get along really well, and they're both taking a vacation leave next week. Somehow, I feel even more uncomfortable after hearing your story. I see. Thanks for letting me know. No problem. I think you should take a rest and stop thinking about unnecessary things since you're still in the hospital. Good day, Thomas. Good day to you too, James. You look tired than usual. Are you busy with work? I spend most of my time sleeping nowadays. How's your broken arm, Thomas? Well, I don't think it's a big deal. It seems I can move my arm as I want now, thanks to the rehabilitation. Glad to hear that. As I told you before, I'm quitting the company next month and going back to my parents' house. Thank you for your help. I'm calling to inform you about that. I see. I can't believe your father suddenly got sick. I'm really sorry to hear that and wish you and your family all the best. Thank you, Thomas. You too. Please don't force yourself too hard. Can I ask you one thing? My wife seems to be having an affair with her colleague. Adultery? That's surprising. How did you know she was having an affair? Did she say something about it, or did you hear about it from someone else? I was in the hospital, and she said she was going on a trip to Hawaii with her colleague. When I suspected her, she tried to end the conversation right away, so I decided to ask another colleague of mine. Then my colleague told me that he knows the person my wife has an affair with. There's no smoke without fire, right? No way. Maybe it's just a rumor and you shouldn't bother about that. I want to think that it's a lie too, but if it's true, I'm going to file for alimony against my wife and her lover. I have plenty of time. Oh, sorry that I brought this topic out of the blue. I am so surprised that I've lost my words, but you're in the hospital and I thought it would be hard for you to gather evidence. Well, I'll figure something out. Even in the hospital, you can gather more information than you think, you know. Insurance money from the accident and settlement money will also come in. Oh, okay then. But please, take care of yourself. Thomas, your wife died in an accident. Huh? What are you talking about? Cassandra is supposed to be in Hawaii right now. You may not believe it because it's so sudden, but the police told me earlier at the company that she died on a trip. Is it true? What? Are you talking about the police in Hawaii? Lying is not good. If you're joking, you have a very bad sense of humor. I heard she was involved in a car accident in Hawaii. It looks like your wife's bag was found at the scene, and that's how they identified her. Wait a minute. I'm totally confused here. Are you really sure about that? I know. I can understand that it's confusing. One question I have is why haven't the police contacted me? Normally, if it's an accident overseas, the embassy would contact me or something. I wonder why I haven't received any call yet. I don't know why, but maybe you're in the hospital. I haven't heard anything from my wife's parents either. Isn't that strange? My wife's family should have contacted me if something happened to Cassandra. Which police department called you? I just heard about it from another colleague. I wonder which department made a call. Speaking of which, what are you doing at the office? Didn't you say that you were going to quit so you could use your paid leaves? That's right. It just happened since the paperwork was incomplete. Anyway, it's true that your wife passed away. How can you be so sure? They haven't even found her body yet, have they? How can the police declare that the person is dead just because her belongings were found at the scene? I don't know the details. Well, you didn't make the call, did you? Who at the company told you that? I'll check, so let me know. I'm sorry, I don't remember since I was so shocked. You must be pretty upset that you can't even remember the faces of the people you worked with. I see. Well, I'll ask the section chief then. If that's true, the section chief would have heard about it as expected. You don't have to go that far. You're still in the hospital, so I'll do some more research on behalf of you. That's enough. You're lying, aren't you? Why should I lie to you? I've been working with you for 2 years. I know your habits. You used to say that when you tried to hide your mistakes at work. If you don't know, you always say vague things that you don't remember. You are too obvious. Really? I don't remember that at all. Look, you're using the same words again. Could it be that you're Cassandra's lover? No way! I'm not having an affair with your wife. Well, if you ask the company or the police, they'll know right away. If you want, I can call the embassy to find out more about the details. If you're not doing anything wrong, why would you lie to me by telling me this story of yours? Since you're ignoring me, I'm sure that you were lying to me.
What have you done, Thomas? I can't believe you sent pictures of the affair and stuff to my parents. Why do you even involve my parents in this kind of private matters? It's disgusting that you would do such a thing. Why don't you just tell me directly?
Pictures of the affair? So you admitted it? I'm convinced now that you were having an affair. Thanks for the obvious response.
No, I didn't.
That's enough. Excuses are a waste of time. James, right? I had my lawyer to do the further research, so I know all about it. I've been contacted by the embassy too. They said there's no evidence of you leaving this country, and there's no evidence of any American who got involved in a traffic accident in Hawaii. What did you do then?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter, Cassandra. You faked it because you didn't want to pay for the alimony. You almost got caught by me, so you think you can just pretend you're dead before I find out? That's foolish. I'm really tired of your way of thinking. There's no way you can pretend you're dead. You're very immature.
It's your fault. If you hadn't insisted on asking, none of this would have happened. You wouldn't have even noticed. That's why I had to make up a cover. I had no choice, and I didn't want to go that far either.
Well, you better stop living with your head buried in the sand. It's not even a cover. That's just a joke.
Then you're even dumber for choosing a woman like me. Just by being a little nice to you, you fell in love with me right away. I can still remember that delirious look on your face. Seriously, it's just so ridiculous. I only married you because you have a high income. You're an idiot for not realizing it. I don't love you even a bit. When I heard you were involved in a car accident, I wanted to divorce you right away. You're just a burden to me if you can't make any money by working.
You're right. I'm really feeling like I didn't look more carefully when we were still dating. I'm mad at myself. But I didn't expect that you were having an affair with a colleague. It's a blessing in disguise. I'm so glad it was before we have kids.
I would never have kids with you. Unlike James, you're ugly. I'm worried about the face of our child. I decided that if I wanted to have a child, it would definitely be James' DNA.
You're such a horrible woman. Well, it's easy to get alimony, and I'm glad that I've got this much evidence.
I'm basically honest, you know. By the way, about the alimony, I'll pay it. But can you please tell my parents that I didn't have any love affair? They're so angry that they won't even listen to me anymore. I'm afraid they'll cut off ties with me, and I don't want that to happen.
I'm glad your parents are decent, unlike you. But I'm not going to lie to them, and you're going to pay for the alimony. You just want your parents to pay for you, right? That's stupid and selfish. You need to clean the mess you've created by yourself.
I have the money with me, so don't worry about that.
Really? I'm happy to hear that. Since you seem to be counting on it, I'll tell you something. I haven't applied for the accident settlement and the insurance money yet, so they won't be transferred to my account.
You're lying.
I knew you were counting on it. You're really too obvious. Don't think that just because I'm in the hospital I can't do anything. I've been consulting my lawyer, had the credit bureau check on behalf of me out for the last few days. I was surprised when I found out that you're living in a luxury apartment now.
Why are you doing this to me? I won't be able to make a living.
Why don't you ask James to support you? I wonder how much money he's making. You are really stupid to live on the insurance money and settlement money from my accident.
Yes, and there's also the division of property.
Property division? My savings from when I was single won't be divided to you.
What? You have some savings after we got married too, right?
What are you talking about? I wish I had. You're the one who spent all our savings after we got married.
Stop joking, Thomas.
Well, after the divorce proceedings are over, I'm going to ask for alimony from both of you and James.
How am I supposed to make a living?
Ask that to the handsome James, will you? I won't be your husband anymore soon. If you have a future with James, then you'll be fine.
Actually, James doesn't have any savings either.
Well, I guess so. He likes to gamble. Aren't you two a good match? He has the same level of intelligence with you. So, can you talk to a lawyer about the rest? It's none of my business anymore.
Wait a minute. We lived together for 3 years. You could have compromised a little more. You have feelings for me, don't you? Where's your compassion?
Compassion? How can you say that? If you had been a little nicer to me when I was in the hospital after the car accident, I might have. I've lost all my feelings for you. Well, I have no more regrets, so just sign the divorce papers and pay for the alimony.
Thomas, can I talk to you?
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do such things. How dare you contact me? Don't think that I'll forgive you just because you apologized to me. I'm really sorry. I won't do the same mistake ever again. I admit that I had an affair with your wife, so can you somehow reduce the amount of my compensation? Is that the attitude of someone who is remorseful? There is no such thing as a reduction. Didn't your lawyer tell you that I had no intention to reduce the amount? I heard about that, but I thought if I talked to you directly, I could at least get a little discount or something like that. Please be nice to me, just like what you did before. Are you stupid? There's no way I'm going to be nice to you. Take full responsibility for what you've done. Why should I be nice to someone who had an affair with my wife? Besides, a content-certified letter was sent to my parents' house, and my father fell ill because of the shock. That's your fault for having an affair. I'm sorry to hear that. And your father wasn't ill, so he's not in bad shape, right? Another lie. Your father called my lawyer to apologize. What a good person your dad is. I asked him about his health, and he said he was in good condition. Lying again? I wonder how you could lie so easily like that. I'll tell you my true feelings, so please consider reducing the amount. I don't want to be together with Cassandra anymore. I want you to help me. Before we lived together, she was kind to me in many ways, but now she doesn't even do the housework. She also wastes a lot of money. I'm surprised that she suddenly changed so drastically. I have to pay for the apartment too, and I'm going crazy. You finally realize it. That's the kind of woman she is. Well, I didn't notice that for 3 years. Good for you for finding out so quickly. You're very determined, which is really surprising to me. It's not good at all. When I tried to go back to my parents' house, my father was furious with me, so I'm still living with Cassandra. Well, I'm really grateful that you two jerks got together. I'm glad that I'm free like a bird, as you can see. I'm sure Cassandra will hang on to you until she finds her next guy, so good luck with that. I'll do anything, so can you give me a break this time? I'm really sorry. I will give Cassandra back to you. There's no way I'll forgive you. I don't want you to return Cassandra to me. You're the one who should do something about it. Live with her for the rest of your life and be happy with her. You two scumbags make a great couple. Oh, and make sure you pay the alimony, okay? I'm going to charge you for it. James and Cassandra paid me the alimony for the affair. They both admitted the affair, so it seems they couldn't escape paying. I contacted the embassy to confirm the truth, and they found out that James was lying. In the end, James was scolded by the embassy. At that time, he again tried to lie for his own sake and got his boss at work and his parents involved. Now it seems that he has no place to belong in the company. It is frustrating that I could not notice these two idiots until now, but I'm relieved that I have managed to put an end to this. I'm now able to move my arm as I went through rehabilitation. It is still inconvenient for me to work hard, but the company is understanding and I'm gradually returning to work. I was shocked when I decided to divorce Cassandra, but I'm glad that I left her before she started spending all of my precious money. I don't want to live my life being taken advantage of any longer. When I think about it, James, who took Cassandra away from me, may have saved my life in a certain way. From now on, I hope that my arm will recover as soon as possible so I can enjoy my hobbies for a while and live a leisurely life, hoping to meet someone new sooner or later.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!